Welcome to UPSC Vinod. Today we are going to discuss one of the most important and expected topic for the mains 2026, that is Indian Space Policy 2003. See, discuss the key features of Indian Space Policy 2003, examine the technological initiative introduced under this policy, and analyze the challenges achieving its objectives. So first of all, key features of Indian Space Policy 2023, we should discuss these key policies and technological initiatives introduced under these policies and analyze the challenges for this Indian space policy. First, the Indian Space Policy 2023 seeks to transform India from predominantly government-led space program into globally competitive, commercially viable, innovative-driven space ecosystem by enabling greater private sector participation. See here, so Indian Space Policy transforms predominantly government-led space program into global competitive, commercially viable, space, innovative-driven space ecosystem. What are the key features of Indian space policy? First, institutional restructuring. For ISRO, focusing on advanced research and development, frontier technology, exploration, and human spaceflight. For InSpace, single window agency authorization, promotion, and facilitate for space activities. NSIL, commercialization of space technology, launching services, and satellite capacity. Department of Space, policy formulation, coordination, and international cooperation. These are all the institutional structuring. So, by focusing, ISRO should focus on research and development according to the Space Policy 2023, exploration and human spaceflight. InSpace is single window agency for authorization, promotion, and facilitation of space activities. NSIL, commercialization of space technology, launching services, satellite capacity, and end-to-end private participation. See here, non-governmental entities can undertake satellite development, launch vehicle, launch services, spaceport, ground stations, and space-based services. Access to infrastructure and technology. Private entities can access ISRO facilities utilizing matured ISRO technologies through technology transfer mechanism. Promotion of investment and commercialization seeks to attract domestic and foreign investment, promote startups, establish India as a competitive global space service hub. Safe and sustainable space activities. Encourage space situation awareness, debris management, responsible utilization of outer space. Technology initiatives enabled by the policy. Upstream technology. See, private development of launch vehicle, reusable launch system, and small satellites. Development of advanced payloads, sensors, and satellite constellations. Downstream applications. Expansion of satellite communication, remote sensing, navigation, geospatial services. Applications of satellite data in agriculture, climate monitoring, insurance, and disaster management. Emerging technology. Development of space situational awareness, debris tracking, advanced propulsion, space resource exploration capabilities. Technology transfer and infrastructure sharing. Transferred mature ISRO technology, access ISRO infrastructure can accelerate indigenous innovation. So examples, Skyroot and Agnikul demonstrate private launch vehicle capabilities, while Pixel represented emerging commercial satellite data ecosystem. See, these are and all. First thing, key features: institutional restructuring, end-to-end private partnership, access to infrastructure and technology, promotion of investment, and safe sustainable activities. These things comes under key features. And technological initiatives, what are the technological initiatives? Upstream technology, downstream technology, emerging technology, technology transfer, and infrastructure sharing. What are the challenges? Now, legal and regular gaps. So Indian space program policy, rather than it's a comprehensive, is a policy rather than comprehensive statute. Licensing, liability insurance, and dispute resolution mechanism requires greater clarity. Institutional ambiguity. InSpace performs regulatory functions while functioning under Department of Space, raising concerns of regulatory authority, potential conflict of interest. Next, funding constraint. Private investments in Indian space sector remains modest compared to with global space companies, restricting scales at startups. Infrastructure development. Private players continue to depend substantially on ISRO infrastructure, particularly launch vehicles. Weak downstream ecosystem. Investment is concentrated more in launch vehicle manufacturing, while high-value data analytics and space-enabled service remains relatively underdeveloped. Space security and sustainability. Orbital debris, limited indigenous SSA applications and dual-use nature space technology create security challenges. Human capital constraint. Competition for better funded global companies can cause talent shortage and brain drain. See, competition from better funded global. That means from India, more people are working in NASA, European Space Agency like that. Way forward. Enact comprehensive national space law covering licensing, liability insurance, and dispute resolution. Strengthening the institutional capacity and regulatory autonomy of in-space. Expand ISRO industries technology transfer PVPs. Develop downstream economies through open data standards, interoperability, and demand aggregation. Strengthen indigenous SSA and debris management capacity by Project Netra. So mobilize patent capital, FDI, venture funding for startups. Invest reusable launch vehicle, heavy lift system, advanced propulsion, skill maneuver. See, the Indian space policy marks shift from government-led space program to government-enabled space ecosystem. Its effective implementation can help India to emerge as a competitive space innovation and sustainable global space power, providing regulatory, financial, infrastructure, and technological gaps. Thank you.